Right, okay, gonna need to do some extensive repairs on the horde base, but... Ultimately, I think getting the zombies to try and navigate to us
Yeah.
on the outsides and past the robo sledges is going to be the key. Being in that turret, I don't think is the right thing. Oh wow, they are all going for you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's fine by me.
Okay. The base held for tonight. But only just. We've got a lot of work to do to try and fix that. Offering you covering fire, Sheelab?
Thank you. Nice. Come on. Down.
Okay.
There's one still trying to go round.
Oh, see if they make it over here. I'm gonna allow Robo Sledge to do his job. This is a proper castle. I like it. I'm glad you like it, Vanya. Very glad. Robo Sledge? Thank you very much, Robo Sledge. That was the
Robo sledging.
correct amount of suspense to allow to build up.
Okay, cool. So are we... Is that all of them? I can hear a growl.
Our base got a little bit mangled.
I think...
It looks like things spawned in it.
It's definitely redeemable, though.
Well, actually, maybe I was wrong. Maybe nothing spawned in there. Take it. Oh, no. There's definitely a block missing right there. So some things did spawn in there. But, yeah, considering most of that was trees for the spikes and a bit of forged iron down below. Okay, not bad. Lots of cobble going to be involved in repairing this, though.
It's okay.
A little bit more. I am saddened, though. What on earth is this? Barrel extender mod schematic. Okay. Nice. I'm a little bit sad that we lost our supply chest, but I did check what was in there, and I kind of wanted to know whether it would properly collapse. And whether the name disappearing was a sign that it was taking damage. And I do believe that that is exactly the same. Ooh. 2x scope schematic. Yes. I accept. We got some appreciable loot from that, though.
Yeah, some
that
really
was
good loot.
actually good loot. But okay, I've got a plan. I've got a pretty solid plan for the next horde base. We're gonna have 3 turrets. Slowly but surely, this horde base is gonna... The concentric circles will be kind of absorbed into the main keep, and the castle will continue to expand out.
Yeah, well, I am trying to like plug some gaps with frames and stuff, but I don't 100% know if I'm doing it right. So I'll just put frames in, and you can take them away if you need to.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that's
if I put them in the wrong place or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. My lord, we got a lot of gubbins. 249 mil ammo, Sheelab.
What? That's so good.
Mm-hmm. 86 shotgun shells. I didn't end up positive on bullets used, but wasn't terrible, actually. Relatively happy with what we managed to do.
We'll have a chem set next time.
Relatively happy with what we managed to do. Yeah, with the chem set next time, having actual proper ammunition is going to make an enormous difference here. All right. I'm going to start the rather arduous process of dumping meds where they're meant to be. I do not need that many medkits with me.
So with the tower underneath, is that going to be like solid all the way through, or is it just walls?
No, I'm going to change that up. I
Okay.
actually think having it with walls, and like that. Well, I was initially thinking of having that as a power bank of some kind, but we'll see what we do with that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm undecided as at present. But I'm kind of thinking that having it be a space, but having grills underneath, so that as things try to burrow underneath us, we can shoot them. Because that was the problem. We couldn't shoot
the things.
Them.
We were just like, they burrowed underneath it. We were just like, oh well, we just got to let them now because they're under there. Yeah, you can't shoot them.
Pretty much what happened. Yeah.
Whereas if we were stood on a grill, we'd be able to shoot through it.
Exactement.
Well, if you just build things however you kind of want to build them, and I will, again, get you stuff. So we're going to need loads of cobblestone, right?
Yeah, we're going to
fix
need
the base
a
up.
fair amount of cobblestone to fix all that.
Okay. Got some nice loot from those guys, though.
Remember, we've got a laser sight mod that you can use on your...
pistol?
On your pistol, yeah.
I might just do that.
Dropping off ingredients.
Lots of new like tools and stuff.
Yeah, I think as far as things could go, that went well.
Ranger's Guide to Archery Volume 1, Arrow Recovery. Have you had that one?
I would need to have a look. Oh, actually, you know what? I can quickly check in.
I'll pop it in the dump chest,
which one was it? Oh, okay.
Okay. It's in there.
Oh, muffled connectors mod schematic. I'll definitely use that. No, I have not. Are you okay for me to use this? Because you're using a bow as well.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't intend to be using a bow as much as you do.
Right.
Just...
There's a football helmet in here with a mod in it.
Oh, I forgot to take the mod out when I changed my scrap helmet.
Okay, I'll take care of that then. I'm not sure that mods still add any kind of defense. Because it used to be for every mod you had in something, the item would perform better. I'm not sure that's still the case or not.
Oh yeah, it would add to like the passive stats, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So having any mod at all was useful.
Yeah. I don't know if that's still the case these days, though.
No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think I've noticed that.
Right, there is a schematic for first aid bandages up in the sail chest.
First aid bandages. Thank you.
Welcome.
I am hungry. I will eat that blueberry pie,
You've got a lot of money out of that. By all means, go ahead and eat the blueberry pie.
Are we like completely out of food other than like, have you got any in your inventory?
No, I don't carry food with me in my inventory.
Ah, okay, so we are like getting really low then. That's fine.
Got a lot of canned items, but yeah, probably are getting quite low at this point. I know, chat, that this is not the most engaging thing to watch me do, but it is a necessary thing to do on occasion.
I don't think it'll be too long until everything's ready. It's on its like second to last growth stage now.
Nice. We're actually starting to collect some military fiber, which is kind of cool.
Jen had a whole bunch of military fiber for sale as well.
It's not important enough for us to buy it.
No, but I just noticed it was sort of showing up in her shop.
Yeah. Boom, there we go. Done and done. Ooh.
Fantastic.
Good night, Niria Sky. Have a good sleeps. So nice, Mage. I'm very worried about the spider zombies. They tend not to get in. There isn't enough ways into the towers for the spider zombies. Additionally, they'll jump up and over a wall and then just get munched on by
Spikes and stuff.
Spike traps, and they seem to get stunned in the spike traps. Could be worse, Av. It could be Dungeon Siege inventory management with full party and 3 donkeys. Oh god. Oh god. You just made me relive trauma.
That's like 4 characters worth of inventory and 3 donkeys worth of inventory, isn't it? So that's like 7 inventories.
Why would you do this? The worst thing is, the more inventory space I've got, the more of a hoarder I become. The more anything that drops is worth picking up. And don't even get me started on games like Titan Quest, where if an enemy has an item, be it armor or weapon or anything, then that is actually something you can pick up off their body when you kill them. That is a very difficult game to play for a loot hoarder like myself. Because yes, that so grey it doesn't normally show up when you turn on item title highlighting, because it's considered so worthless. While those items are literally like 1 gold each, I will collect them.
They add up. It all adds up.
So bad. All right, so I think I am going to be busy for a while fixing the base. Sadly, this is going to be my
you just tell me what
forever
you need, and I will try my best to help.
Mostly, I'm going to need cobble more than anything. If I'm honest. I'm going to repair what we've got so that we don't spend forever doing this. And I'm also not going to focus heavily on replacing the spikes right now. But the main area I want upgraded. I want to replace the broken walls. If we can get to the point that before the next Horde Night I have cement, that's going to be much, much better. But there's no guarantee of that. Oh, thank you very much for the support. Diolch fawr iawn, Wolfing. Oh no, more golds. Just had a power cut and lost the last 5 hours of Subnautica. Ouch. I'm so sorry to hear that, mate. That is rough. Super rough.
It doesn't auto-save, does it?
Sometimes, I will be honest, doing Let's Plays does protect me from that kind of stuff, because I save every time I finish an episode, basically. It's like a reminder to autosave at all times.
Yeah, until you get into like some sort of like really happy place with it, and you're just like, oh, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going, and then suddenly you realise you're forgetting to save between.
Yep.
As you should have been, and
I need to go grab my pickaxe.
just finishing off my balcony. I thought I'd take a few minutes because I've been waiting to do this for ages.
Yeah, go ahead and enjoy it as well. You've earned a respite.
You can put your camp station upstairs if you want, then. Once I finish upstairs.
I'd rather have all the crafting in the same place.
Yeah. Well, you could even put the crafting upstairs if you wanted to, but there's a bit more space up here, honestly.
Well, we can move all of the crafting up there. No reason not to. Right, so. Chat. What I'm thinking is extending out this gatehouse such that the main entryway, and in fact a clear path of entry, exists around here. So the zombies have a much more focused reason to try and burrow through. Well, rather not burrow through, that's exactly the opposite of what I want. To walk along those paths in particular, past the turrets. Let's get that upgraded. Let's do the external work first. Okay. The other good thing about seeing this is I'm seeing where the zombies didn't go. Like everything in here they didn't go to. But yeah, I'm thinking have a wall coming across there, maybe move that along a little bit. I'm not sure exactly, but have an entry point here. So maybe have, yeah, we could have a door right there. No, actually, I want that to have clear opportunity to punt them off. So more likely have a door right here. Small turret entryway into a larger complex. So this whole area back here will be extended backwards, giving us a little bit more room and a little bit longer should the zombies get in here and actually start wailing on the walls. Having extra places where this is fortified is never a bad thing.
Back, I can't find the arches.
You find arches with a regular block. You go to shapes and arches. Which arches are you looking for?
Just any like maybe like some kind of semicircle to go over a door or something.
Go for round.
Round.
And then there are multiple pages of those.
Oh, right.
You can also type in the magnifying glass kind of icon. Arch.
Yeah, but why am I not seeing ones? Aha.
Yeah, honestly, it was the cops that were doing the most damage in here. Because there are tiles that the zombies couldn't have reached that are very low on health.
Yeah.
So that was explosions doing that. So to prevent that from happening in the future, we need a way of dealing with cops before they really get inside as much. You know what? I've put all of this stuff here. Oh, damn my eyes. I've now realized something I could do to make it even better. One person could be up top dealing with the zombies as they're moving over there, and one person could be down the bottom with plenty of ammo and windows to attack.
Oh, that'd be cool. You'd be like, if you feel like you'd be in your little turret.
Yeah. It's basically like a pillbox or a foxhole at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll need iron bars to do it. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that one for now, but we'll kind of pin that idea in place. That is going to be a thing that we do. The back wall won't need it because we are going to have this whole place extend backwards. But we can have a ladder come down there into this area. I'm going to need a shovel to make this a little bit more nicely set. But as a initial way of fixing it, I can just place these down so they level the train properly. And pick them all up and it'll all be flat. That is definitely something that we can do. A devastating light. Havoc, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to see the main walkway as the best way to get you instead of digging beneath it. Yes. Agreed. Saying bad idea, I can't attest to whether things have changed, but I had a similar amount of gainsaying on the last time I made a horde base that relied on a fairly wide area. Granted, not like a little pillbox like that, but in terms of having the defense be an active defense rather than having like some sort of weird trap corridor. The last time I played, I basically had, I would say it was the width probably of this, but maybe a little bit wider. So this would be the square footage of the base. And all it was walls and bars. All it was, walls and bars all the way around. And that worked excessively well. But it required active killing of the zombies. And whenever one wall was starting to be threatened, I'd relocate to another wall to encourage freshly spawned zombies to spawn over in that direction and run at me, while sniping the enemy zombies from afar. I think a lot of people assume that the idea of zombies being able to attack a wall is a bad idea. Just because they want to. Because they want to validate the idea of a very clever horde base with some sort of cheesy maze design. And certainly, as quite a few of my previous horde bases will attest to, I'm no stranger to the cheesy walkway design.
Yeah.
But I very much feel that people underestimate how effective just killing the zombies and preventing them from piling up is. It creates for a much more active defense. And if your goal is to get EXP, that's actually a good idea.
It'd be really nice next horde night to be able to just use a gun rather than the crossbow. That was just painful because I'd like miss a shot and not be able to take another one for like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. They won't climb the walkway if they can get to you on ground level is all. That is actually not true. I could go into the code behind it and the way the pathing algorithm works, but I would literally bore you just to say you're wrong. You aren't... I mean, anecdotally, you've probably seen that happen enough, but that's largely due to a misunderstanding in how the zombies are weighting a path. And sadly... And that's honestly not your fault. It's because the zombies will change how they weight a path based on how many zombies are there, which makes it incredibly hard to to get like concrete evidence to support a theory just from observing it without actually diving into the code. No one can really. In fact, I think some people might be able to. Just decompiling and finding out the actual way that it's waiting parts. But if you're familiar with coding and with pathfinding in particular, you will find. By the way, Sheelab, I'm heading out to grab the.
Oh right, you're going for the airdrop. Someone in my chat, Demi, thought that it was another bear when they heard the aeroplane engine. I was like, oh no, that would have been very annoying.
We've got melee mods and range mods, and also cornmeal. Really? Gosh darn.
I mean, cornmeal is an important ingredient.
Yeah, I mean. Am I playing on an open server? No. No, I'm not playing on an open server. It's just Sheelab and I on a private server. Yeah, they do prefer stairs over block jumping, and with the last patch, don't climb the ladder. Really, Dark Ether. I've not. This server has been the beginning since we started. I've not had an opportunity to watch their interaction with ladders, so that's news to me. That's very interesting that they won't climb ladders. But I've seen zombies climb ladders. Chat, don't tell me that I can't trust you. You're gonna break my world. Imagine not being able to trust chat. You can't trust us. Damn it.
Well, that sucks.
Now, I'm fairly certain that you probably meant that they won't like jump in order to climb ladders or something along those lines. You can't trust them, but you can always trust me. That sounds very sus, Pandora. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why am I? I'm probably going the wrong way, aren't I?
I got on my bike and it just like jumped up into a tree and then fell back down again.
Can I climb this mountain? Come on, bike! I believe in you.
Skyrim bike.
Come on, come on, Skyrim bike! Come on. Let's do the zigzag method. Okay, that was a very steep area to go. Come on, zigzag. We can do it with 0 stamina. We can do it. I believe. That's right.
Blue believer.
Come on. I am a blue believer. I don't know how we're doing this, but we're doing it. This isn't Skyrim. You say that, but Bike disagrees. Bike is even doing this without turning the wheels. Yes, I'm fully aware that I could just hop off the bike, pick it up, and climb this mountain by foot, but that defeats the purpose.
You're getting
Taking
stubborn
straight from
now.
the fandom wiki. As of A6, zombies can and will climb ladders in order to get to the player. As of A13, possibly earlier, you can place ladders against a stack of blocks, then remove the block, leaving the still climbable ladder in midair. Oh, are you saying that the zombies won't climb just a hovering ladder? There we go. Skyrim bike confirmed. Ow! My belief has been rewarded with blood. It's fine. I understand. It hurts, but I understand. Keep on keeping on. Exactly. I stand corrected. This is Skyrim. It is surprising how many games are actually Skyrim. If the metric for deciding that they are Skyrim is whether a bike can go up a slope. We've got a weapon flashlight mod, Sheelab. Got a serrated blade mod, a wood splitter axe mod. That's actually quite cool. I'll pop that on mine. Tonk. Also a structural brace mod. Okay, that loads degradation. I'm going to stick that on my pickaxe. Thunk. Okay, the rest of the mods going in here. There you are. Also the light mod, which you might want. Grumkin, thank you very much for the 10 gift subs. And those are your first gift subs on the channel as well. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Very, very kind indeed. Right, let's drop this off for now. Okay, but as I was saying, I think I'm more or less done with just the quick patch-up job that we were doing.
Okay.
But to go over the plans once again, make some sort of defensive structure down the bottom. Possibly with the ladder halfway up so that the zombies do get in here. They can't simply climb back up. Maybe remove the floor, replace it with a grill for such an eventuality. But realistically, we don't really want that. This little gully here will be filled with spikes. Same on this side, because over here, it's going to be made into part of the base, with the entry point being around there and directly connected to this. So that'll be more like a T-shaped structure, with this being the foot of the T, if you like, and then branching out in that direction. This way, there'll be two very viable paths. I may even fill this in so there's a minimal amount of jumping required.
Right.
So that the zombies do try to walk past these sledge bots. We will maintain the use of the flip-up hatch to try and deal with anything that does get through that you don't want to be through. Just as a last line of defense, and then you just, unload on them. But that would allow two things to happen. One, we would have two positions back here that we could retreat to and defend from if we wanted to. But the main place to fight would be one up top, one down bottom. Until such a time as the bottom becomes less safe, and then you kind of retreat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of ways to build a whole base, and I'm trying to avoid the most cheesy ones. I don't like the obvious fall traps. Like, some of them are... You know how I'm constantly saying I dislike that they're always updating the zombies, quote unquote, intelligence to combat player styles where it doesn't make sense for the zombie to be that intelligent, like them having a preternatural idea of the path and being able to pathfind to the point where they can notice a structural flaw at the other side of the base. But and that's basically on how aggressively they're waiting, how they balance the weighting of the pathfinding, and also how many steps they're allowing the pathfinding to check. However, the really cheesy use of like thin blocks to create the perception of a safe path when there isn't one, that kind of goes the opposite way. And it's like, oh, the zombie wouldn't be that stupid though. I consider that I like to imagine the zombies with perhaps a very aggressive animal intelligence. So aggressive, in fact, that it doesn't pay attention to obvious threats because it's so wound up trying to kill someone. But after a point, even that seems like, okay, even a bloodthirsty, raging animal would realize that this is a stupid thing to do and wouldn't try. Murderous raven intelligence? Homicidal dolphin intelligence? Yeah, sure. I remember Avak making the same comment when I first watched this game. Which one? About the zombies having being a little bit more intelligent than I would perhaps like to see them being? Or about where I kind of think of the zombie intelligence lying. My horde base exploded with bomb zombies. Yeah, it was cop zombies that did the damage underneath our horde base as well. The other side effect of having someone down there is being down there, you will have access to repair it. So as long as you're paying attention, as long as you're situationally aware of everything going on around you, repairing sides where there's particularly big issues would be a much easier thing to do.
Definitely sounds very good. I am looking forward to seeing how it turns out.
Cheese bases are fun though, like a puzzle. Maybe not as fun to watch for some people, but quite satisfying personally. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely. You know, if you're looking at it as like a puzzle thing, absolutely. But at that point, I could like reel off like a half dozen, maybe even a dozen games that are actual puzzle games in the genre of tower defense, where because that's what the game is trying to be, it does it better. Like without contest, you know, this is just objectively they are better tower defense puzzle games than 7 Days to Die is. 7 Days to Die exists in a different place, and I think this is this. Then you've kind of stumbled into a part of the conversation really that I think we keep coming back to. It feels like 7 Days to Die is at odds with itself because it hasn't decided what it wants to be. The devs have a vision, I think, but that vision has drifted over time and has reacted to how people play the game. Perhaps you know, they had a certain idea for the game in the beginning, and they only refined that idea as they saw how people used the software. What do you want, Tilbean?
Tilby.
You want some attention, do you? Okay. I'm going to have to step away for a second, chat, because Kitten wants some focus. And unfortunately, we're just a little bit too far away from nighttime for me to be able to do that. Give me just a sec. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, a devastating light. The game has an identity crisis. And I'm back. But yeah, I totally see where you're coming from with regards to you prefer the kind of puzzle solving aspect, because I often have, and that's why I have built so many different styles of horde base over my playthroughs. Right now, I'm leaning more towards active defense styles. Oh, I'm loving what you're doing up here, Sheila. This is awesome.
I'm trying.
I'm
the windows
loving
aren't...
the arches. Those are amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not able to get like the same style of arches properly in there, so I'm sort of trying to experiment. I've got these like sort of churchy pointed arches and then the round ones as well. So
this is awesome. So what do you think of the original identity was versus what it is now? Because honestly, despite owning the game myself, the game still seems like just zombie survival simulator. Now, I kind of came into playing the game around Alpha 15. Just at the turn of Alpha 15. But I am aware, or rather had been aware of the game prior to that. I just never had played it. I think the game was very, very focused on the survival aspect of the game, with some degree of like base building, but it was much more of a survive against the odds sort of game. Bunker down, big fights every now and then, you know, scavenging outside of that. Then around Alpha 15, it took a really big step towards the tower defense side of things. Like a really, really big step. Perhaps it overstepped from where it intended to try and reach. But that was that's where I think the tower defense kind of part of it really started to kick in. And that got only stronger in Alpha 16. And to a degree, yeah, I'd say Alpha 17 as well. But from Alpha 17 onwards, I feel that whilst they've added new components, which you could argue are more tower defensy, in those as well, I think there has been a conscious effort to try and steer the gameplay or the typical game loop away from tower defense. You'll have to forgive me if I'm quoting the numbers slightly wrong, because again, I came in at I think it was Alpha 15. I may have come in at Alpha 16, in which case just add 1 to each number that I mentioned. I absolutely adore your guys' progress. Glorious, glorious Blood Moon Night. I am curious though. I have not seen any birds or spider zombies. Have they been patched out, or are they biome specific? Oh, they're still in. We've seen spider zombies whilst we've been wandering around, and yeah, we've had vultures too. But I haven't seen many of them. Honestly, my current horde-based design would not really show them so much. So that could be part of it. Let's get another 60. Ooh, something's outside. What's attacking? Oh, we got a little mini horde. Like, I feel that possibly more than the previous alphas, Alpha 20 definitely has created a stronger sense of the kind of typical survival components. Like, getting food early game was a chore, and we're not even still, and this is the third week in, we're still not completely out of the woods with that.
Yeah, not totally.
And I do like that, because I would say in Alpha 17, possibly Alpha 18 as well, it was a bit easy to get food. Like, you didn't need much infrastructure to get to a point where you were effectively immune from the consequences of the food and drink section of the game. And some of that was due to various bugs, like creating a well through the glitchy interplay of water. But, farms were crazy good. I've seen the complaint that RPG-ifying the game too much. I'm not sure I'd agree with that as a personal... I don't think that affects my personal enjoyment of the game. But I can see the argument, yeah. I'm not necessarily sure I would agree with it, but I do understand why people are saying that. Right. I wanted to go out and do a point of interest, but it's a level 3 point of interest. I think that might not be the best time for me to do it. Instead, Sheilab, is your basement down to the point where you're hitting rock?
Yes.
Would you mind if I pulled up the floor and continue to dig down a little bit?
Yeah, just keep digging wherever you want.
Cool. If I can gather both the clay and the rock needed, I can start work immediately on refining the horde base. Actually, on that note, let me hook up some bars.
That entire area is basically there for digging, and then if we want to put stuff down there later, we can. But it's pretty much just a digging area that I'm neatening up.
Okay.